On mine, I'm next to you too. Hi, I'm Pando.
I don't think my mic worked for any of that for the YouTube people. But how are you, Sheila?
I'm doing great, all things considered.
Awesome. Great answer. Hey, it's Scott and Julia.
Hey, hello.
Oh, he's below you too, Sheila? He's below on my screen. Nice. How's it going, Scott?
I got a lot of interviews going on. No acceptances, 0, but you know what comes right before 1 is 0, so.
What an optimistic viewpoint, also shared by your character, Zepp Wildchaser, who we'll be seeing in a little bit. It's Hallsdyer on this island, but on Zoom and in the real world, it's...
Hi, it's me, Nate.
Nate, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Nate, I have an important question for you. Do you think we're going to remember that you have a wolf companion today?
I think it's even with this amble. No, I don't think so.
I think we're going to immediately forget. We'll find out. All right next to Nate, it's Tina. Playing Valerian. How's it going, Tina?
It's good. I had my first Mother's Day yesterday, so life is great.
Awesome. How's upstairs?
It's super.
The basement's great.
In my camera.
Yeah.
Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you.
Happy Mother's Day.
Yay, and above...
everybody out there who's a mom, celebrate your moms.
Yeah, the one concurrent viewer. If you're a mom...
All our mom viewers out there.
Yeah. I know a lot of... We test really well with the moms. This D&D show that I think on average has 3 watchers that averagely... I think the most we got was like 18 minutes of someone watching this.
It's amazing.
So, but I'm sure it was a mom. It
sure
might
it's
have been
mom.
mine. And even she could only handle 18 minutes of this. There's some real gems in there if you just dig around.
Saying moms in general or our specific moms?
Yes.
Okay.
Carrie, how's it going? There's a plant next to you. I feel like that's Sheila's thing. I don't mean to...
Speaking a little. It's lilacs.
Oh, wonderful.
My parents have a lilac tree bush thing, so I got some lilacs when I was there.
Ah, very nice.
My favorite flower smell. It actually came up in an improv scene recently.
Ah,
I was being honest.
I like that. You just play true to self, right? Close to self. Yeah.
Truth in comedy.
Yeah. Great book.
We all went silent.
All right, well, we're going to get...
Moms out there like, you're right, it is.
Love it. On my shelf, right
They're
next to
writing it
Nora
down.
Roberts.
It's thin. It can go in a stocking.
Let's roll it up. I think I did get it for Christmas one year. I read it. I didn't think it was great. Anyway, here we go. Yeah, we're getting horrible book reviews. That's what this is about now. We're going to start...
Sponsoring us.
What's that?
Guess they're not going to sponsor us.
Yeah, he's dead anyway.
Charna
So.
Halpern isn't going to sponsor this
You know what?
D&D podcast.
We don't want it.
We don't want it.
Yeah, I don't think we do.
We want no
Frankly,
truth
I
in
don't.
this comedy.
If it's like that book, I'm good. I'm good.
I don't need their sponsorship. They can subscribe though. Subscribe and like. We'll take that. Hey, we're gonna get into the game. Last week, man, crazy stuff was happening. Really, all that happened was the group went to sleep. But boy, did we find out some backstories. And also, in the next room over, they resurrected, the goblins resurrected somebody. Something happened. Kashanon watched it happen. The emblem that she had started to sear and burn, and she dropped it, and she heard the phrase in deep speech, which is a language she understands, as well as emo high schoolers. She heard it say, "Rise, relinquish, return." At least I think that's what it said. I didn't go back and check, but I knew it was 3 things with an R. And they wake up in the morning. Also over the evening, they saw the return of Lunk, which was a goblin that they had tied up a few episodes back. And they tied him up and put him in the bivouac all tied up because he was trying to take a barrel back into the back of the cave that was containing a giant metallic leg, which Valerian went and retrieved and now has. They are currently regrouping at the beginning of the morning, preparing their spells, getting set to go, planning on where they want to...
also came back in the middle of the night.
I'm sorry?
The wolf.
Yeah, Blitzer. Blitzer came back in the middle of the night as well. Actually helped in taking Lunk down. And they're now preparing for the day, getting ready to go. And there was What's Bats, the goblin curator, for lack of a better term, hoarder, is currently with them and has been having some conversation as well. And that is where we'll start. So, you band of misfits, where would you like to go next? As a quick reminder, for perhaps you may have forgotten 2 weeks ago, What Bats did tell you a little bit about the map, and you know that there is another hallway down this way, if you see where it is over by the dead mech. And you also know that, Valerian, you've spent some time with this water down here. What Bats did tell you that in order to get, this is the small window that Kashanon looked through up here in the bivouac that you are currently in. In order to get that way, the way to do that is to go across this water down here. What Bats also did mention that there is, over in this back corner here, he mentioned that there was let me double check his name. There's a goblin by the name of Dizdugs who keeps a giant spider back in that corner.
So I know I'm a little groggy, just woke up, did the last shift, all that sort of thing. But maybe we should go stop a rising return, Kashanon.
I'm with Valerian. We have to go. It was incredibly scary, and what they're doing is clearly not for anyone's good but their own. And I'm tired of seeing barrels with feet and other body parts in them. And the only way is to, I think, go across the water and get back there.
Counter argument right there is maybe it's too scary. Throwing that out to the group, maybe some of us are a little frightened about that. It sounded quite frightening to me.
No, I'm with Kashanon and Valerian. Rise, relinquish, and
Return.
It's a name. It's like it's so rock and roll, you know. Those 3 words paired together. I think we got to do it.
Well, I mean, we're in the cave. I think that we've taken the steps, right? I mean, Zep, you and I can do what we usually do and cling to the floor.
I was going to suggest when times get scary, you guys just hit the ground. But also, Zep, I have this cloak, and if I will probably need it for battle. But if things get really scary, it's like the sunglasses in that. I don't know if you guys had Adam Sandler where you grew up, but there's a tale Adam Sandler always told, and you put sunglasses on and it's like you're invisible, and I think the cloak, it's like that for you.
Halsdyer, as a bard, you would recognize Adam Sandler. Around these parts, he's a famous bard. For you, he could be kind of frustrating because you wouldn't say that he was the most like expertly adept at like playing instruments or his craft, but there is just definitely like an indomitable spirit of his that somehow is marketable. So it's up to you how you would decide that, but like a musician who is well trained and well crafted would maybe look down his nose at someone like Adam Sandler.
What a fucking sellout.
Well, I thought it was a sweet offer from Cashinot.
Oh, not Cashinot. I'm sorry. Adam Sandler. He's among bards. He's known for just singing about whatever island he wants to go to next. So he gets some patron to fund his trip to that island, and then he just sings about it and sings about all the gold that's there. So they have to provide gold. He won't sing about anything unless they provide it for him. So he gets all these patrons to do that. It's essentially, nope, I'm not going to say it anymore. He uses funny voices. It's not actually funny.
Yeah, I know his reputation isn't so great. But yeah, the point is, Zepp.
I like the one where he has the stick and he's really good at hitting balls with it. That one.
You seem very personally affected by this wizard of sorts.
Me? He's a bard. I'm a bard.
Bard.
He's Adam Sandler, the bard, the famous bard who's constantly he has all the biggest. About 20 years ago, he had like the biggest songs that everyone knew, the comedies.
And I will say, I've obviously heard of Adam Sandler, but before I met Halsdyer, I hadn't heard of you, so I can see why there's some problems there. Besides the funny voices are.
While you're saying.
Are you gonna come with us to visit the human puppet baby maker riser?
Oh, yeah. I don't know that I'll be. I don't know that you want me accompanying you. Personally, I had an understanding with this group, and if what you say is true with the burning emblems and everything, then I thought they were full of hot air. I mean, goblins. They tend to follow any kind of new ideology that stumbles its way through, and I thought this was just another one reeling them in, but turns out that there's some truth to this, so I don't know. Personally, I don't know that I want to go digging too much with y'all, but...
Will you be here when we get back?
If you're planning to come back, honestly, I think I might be... Well, if I can be honest with you, I think I might be packing myself out of the cave. Feel like there was a certain amount of protection with an evil sort of thing going on in the back that I'm a little worried about now. The guy with the big spider, I think, might be coming around here, and if that thing gets hungry, I don't want to be his next meal. But I will say, regardless of the fact, Halsdyer, that you... cast a spell on me to get all this off on the right foot. I've never been treated nicely by anybody taller than a halfling that comes around these parts, and well, I don't know, if other fellas like you out in the world, then I might be interested in kicking off this island and checking it out.
It's a wonderful world if you make it out there.
I would love to have an adventure with you later, Pat.
I actually work on a ship, so if you are thinking about getting off of this island, you should definitely check out our passage. It's the finest passage anywhere. It just is an added level of comfort and care. Here, I'll take out one of my little cards that definitely has my ship's name that I definitely know.
Oh, yeah.
And hand it to what's back.
He starts to read it. Valerian, roll an insight check.
Oh, it was a natural 19, so.
Oh, great. Then you clearly recognize that What's Bats pretends to know how to read what you just handed him. He's like, oh, yeah, look at that, nice, lots of amenities.
Yeah, the ship is called and you're looking for Captain Cratch?
Clatch.
Clatch.
All right, well,
You know, we're not sailing out. He needs to wait till I get back. But, you know, if you want to come, just let us know.
well, yeah, I'll wait for
Friends
you.
and family rate.
That's mighty kind. I'll wait for you maybe around the front. I don't know that the halflings around, especially around all this resurrecting and relinquishing, might not take too kindly if I stroll my way up to the pier without any kind of backup or accreditation.
Valerian, I'm just going to say this is the most appropriate time you've ever brought this up. This may be the only appropriate time you've ever brought it up. But offering comfort and a trip off of this island to somebody who just told us that they wanted to leave the island and had never been treated nicely before is exactly the right thing to do.
Clatch says I never learn anything.
There we go. All right.
While this is happening, you notice that Lunk is actually Pando. You would kind of notice this as, you know, you're taking stock and getting ready and preparing your spells. You look over, and Lunk is like, his eyes are wide open, and he's just staring at you all, like completely tied, head to the side, watching.
Hey, everyone! I don't want to break up the chat about Adam Sandler, but Lunk over there is staring right at us.
Hey there, Lunk. How you doing?
Release me.
What's that, Lunk?
Can you say that again?
Release me.
Oh, no.
So that I may be with my lord.
You want us to kill you?
We should go now.
Yeah, let's
That's
get
He
out
goes,
of here.
release me so that I may be with my lord.
Because that doesn't sound like Lunk.
Oh.
What?
He is risen.
Who?
That sounds,
Now that he is reborn, you would do well not to cross his path. Release
we should
me.
Go kill his lord now.
That's what I saw. That's the thing and the smoke and the face. It's here. We have to go. We have to. You're right.
You are one of the few lucky who looks upon his form and will survive. He is reborn. He is returned.
Where is he reborn? Where can we find him to go to yep?
Release me and I will show you.
Oh, that's a
No.
pretty persuasive. Oh. You guys don't want to release?
No, I don't.
He
The
said he'd
oldest trick
show
in the
us.
book, Zep.
What?
The oldest trick in the book. Release him, and
Yeah.
then he'll show us.
it's the most malicious kind of prank. It's a lie.
What do you? What? I don't know. No, let's just release him. He'll show us where the Lord is, and then we'll punch him in the face and get out of here.
He's going to lead us right to the spider.
But all right.
No, the spider is not my lord. My lord is much more powerful than the token of the spider. Simply just a pawn in his system.
All right, I'm going to climb down this ladder.
We should make a plan for Lunk and this leg. I'm a little concerned if we leave Lunk and the leg will end up back with reborn human puppet baby daddy.
Let's throw the leg in the water.
No! No! It must go to my lord. He must be complete.
Okay, well now we're definitely not letting him stay with.
Now! Now! Release me!
No.
No.
You're gonna hurt yourself.
Can we throw the leg down where the those little
Yeah.
Or can we put it with the fish that eat my friend piranhas?
No, we're gonna go that way anyway, right?
Yeah, let's throw the piranhas.
Rolling a natural 20 on his check to chew through the ropes, you see Lunk bursts his hands free. His legs are still tied, but he starts to like army crawl his way over to the cliff here. He was in this bed, I believe.
Can I attempt to grapple?
Yeah, 100%.
I have no idea where I am in relation to him. What is it? Just a strength, straight
Yeah,
strength?
athletics.
20, not natural.
Yeah, that boy's grappled. Yeah, you go down and he's like kind of there, and you just like whoop scoop him up like under the arms, and he starts to scratch. He will make an attack at disadvantage with you, which does not hit, as he starts like clawing, and his arms are going wild there. And the whole time he's screaming, "No! No! No! No!" In order to do this, Valerian, you would have had to drop the leg, just so you know.
I'm still holding it.
Yeah, you were holding it, but you would have thrown it down, and you now have him, and you kind of now can position him into place. You're strong enough that you can kind of hold him there. He is going to attempt to break your grapple.
Do I roll again?
No, you rolled a 29 or 20 before.
20, not natural.
Yeah, so he has not broken it.
All right. Well,
I have a plan for him and for the leg. Oh,
what bet?
the leg.
What bet? Can you watch him if we leave him and we take the leg?
I don't think I'm well suited for that kind of work.
Let's throw him in the water.
Guys, how many goblins are we going to kill when we go into the next room?
With a natural 20, he puts his hands onto your face, Vlared, and throws himself back. He's now on his back, like squirming his way to the thing. He throws himself over the side, and he's clawing and shimmying his way over to the cliff.
Can I grapple again?
We need to kill him.
Go ahead and grapple, Vlared.
18.
Okay. Let me look. Okay, he rolled a 17, so he is grappled again. This time you kind of pick him up by the legs, and he's just kind of swinging.
That's fine. Or tie him up and like we can strap him to me like a backpack. I don't really care. But we
Now.
need something with him and move.
Now!
We're going to strap him to you like a backpack?
Sure, and then maybe he can tell us things.
No, I'll tell you nothing. No!
All right, let's do it.
Could be entertaining.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Okay, who is going to attempt to tie him to Valerian like a backpack?
Pando, Fashion.
Pando, I think I could.
Okay. The two of
I
you?
will watch.
Okay.
In my head, they're like tying his hands first and then like strapping.
Okay, here's what I'm going to have you do. Valerian, can you roll a strength check first to subdue him? And then I'll say Kashanon and Pando, one of you can roll at advantage for a dexterity check to tie him to Valerian's back.
Strength check or strength, like athletics?
Athletics is fine.
22.
Okay. You are subduing him, but he is like actually surprisingly strong. Stronger than you remember him being, and it's more to do.
It's not Lunk.
It's insight check.
19.
You recognize that this is probably still Lunk, although there has been some change in him, and he is just like really 110% committed to this belief and is kind of surging with that passion. So you subdue him, but he rolled another natural 20, the power of faith. And so he is like hard to subdue, which means you guys can still tie him, but the difficulty check to do so is going to be a little higher.
I want to hit him on the head.
You can hit him on the head.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to hit him on the head.
For non-lethal damage, I imagine, or do you want to actually like attack him?
I want to knock him out. I don't know. What does that mean? I want to hit him on the head.
Yeah, so non-lethal damage would mean that you're just trying to knock him out.
Oh, yeah. I want to
Yeah,
do that.
so roll an attack, and we'll say that you'll use the hilt of your mace for this.
So should I roll like a d20?
Yep.
It's rolling the dice. Usually dice don't take. Oh, natural 20. I must have really walked.
All right, so he's there, and you see Valerian, like this rippling, like she's almost starting to like actually get angry. Like you see her hair start to change colors, and she is like trying to do that, and he is just like and screaming and like clawing, and she's so hard to subdue. And Zepp just kind of casually walks up, and in like a perfect hit of the temple, same temple he got knocked out with yesterday, bop, and he is just. So now the DC to tie him to Valerian would be much lower if you would like to try that. So one of you can roll at advantage, meaning you're rolling a d20 twice and taking the best.
Sorry, it was freaking me out there. I got a little anxious, so I.
No, I appreciate the help. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, you're kindly welcome.
You know, I gotta say that again, it's not a lot of people who would take so kindly to somebody who's clearly lost his way, and I think it speaks a lot about you that you would be taking such lengths to look out for this guy, even though he obviously doesn't have the ability to look out for himself.
I still think it'd be a good idea to throw him in the water, though.
I think Sheila might have frozen, so Cashinon, if you want to go ahead and roll the at advantage.
Yeah. What do I roll exactly? Which skill? Or
Dexterity. It'll just be dexterity. Sorry, I should have said that. Dexterity and roll at advantage. So I believe that's
Entire
plus
time,
5
by
for
the
you.
way, I'm playing my pan flute the whole time.
Good. Okay, so 17.
Yeah, 17. Yeah, you're able to tie him pretty securely to Valerian's back. Hallstein, as you're playing your flute, you notice that Blitzer kind of comes and like nudges up next to you. He's still on your side.
Oh my god, I have a wolf.
You remembered.
And all right, you guys now, Valerian. That means that it might be a little awkward to try to carry the leg and.
I got the leg.
Okay, what's
Yeah.
your strength, Carrie?
What do you mean?
What's your strength like score? Yeah.
14.
Okay, you could carry it. It's a little awkward, but you kind of like flop it over your arm and stuff like that. You might, if you had to do this all day, you'd get tired. But for a little bit of time, you're fine. You might have to switch off with someone.
Well, and I'll drop it down to you so you don't have to take it down the ladder.
Great. Thank you.
All right, so you guys are on your way. Where are you heading?
I think to the piranhas to drop the leg and then take the bridge.
Okay,
Yeah.
you should be able to move your characters if you want to just move down there as we go. What you see down there is what you see on the board here. There's just a little symbol of these quippers, but they are pretty much all over this pond here. And when they see you, you can see a few of them kind of like start to flop their tails up towards the front of the lake there. Cashinon, next to you, you do see a couple of leftover bits of humanoids, goblins, just kind of like hacked and hewn pieces of meat there. Right next to you, and then as Valerian is right up next to that, you do see a rope with a raft on it that seems to be kind of a way of what it looks like is the rope has actually been like stanchioned into the wall, and there's a rope drop down onto the raft. So there's like these kind of pythons that have been knocked into the walls, and you can see from where that it looks like people kind of hand over hand move the raft back and forth. You would imagine that someone about goblin size, you could fit a couple people on. You could fit like a goblin and a barrel on there. So for you guys, you estimate a safe journey would probably be 2 of you at a time.
Before we go, can I just have a second, guys? And then I would like to talk to the piranhas. Hi. I don't know if you remember me from yesterday. I brought you that delicious goblin leg. Don't hurt us, please.
Roll a persuasion check.
Yeah, 6.
They're just got a fish. A couple of them flop up towards you.
Okay, I think we're gonna be fine.
All right. Yeah, sure. I'm gonna toss the leg in. You think they'll like that, right?
I don't know. It might startle them a little bit. Don't be worried if it startles them.
Maybe ease it in, like shove it in slowly.
Sure. A slow shove.
A slow shove.
All right, here we go. Ugh.
Okay, so you shove the metallic leg kind of slowly onto the bank there. As you do, it does pick up a little bit of the gunk on the side of that, like from the body parts. And it kind of slides down. You see like the silt kind of swirl in there. There's like a little bit of sand. A couple of like little like worm kind of things just swim out as it slides its way down. And you can watch it. The water's pretty clear. It slips down. The fish don't take any notice except for a couple of the pieces of like blood and stuff that are on there kind of float up a little bit, and they immediately like turn and snap, and then dissipate from there. But it sinks to the bottom.
All
Hey.
right.
Lunk won't get it now.
The circle of life.
He's right here. Oh, he's unconscious. Never mind.
Yeah, he's unconscious.
All right, and now for Lunk.
I don't know that we need to do that. I think
What?
it might still be useful, right? Because he was saying that he knew where things were.
His lord.
Yeah, I think we might at one point want to kind of send him out to the Lord if we get close enough. If.
Oh, I thought he meant he wanted to die. Gonna be honest right there. I thought that's what he was asking for. I thought he wanted to see his Lord. You think he wants to see a person?
This entire time when he said, "Release me, I need to go to my Lord," you thought he meant we needed to kill him so he could go to the afterlife and see his Lord?
Am I the only one who thought this? I thought that was pretty obvious. You guys don't think?
Did I not? Maybe I didn't tell you. I saw. Weren't you there? I think you were there. The swirly smoke and the being that was risen that the goblins like conjured from somewhere.
You told me, yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. I think from here on out, that's probably the Lord that everyone's referring to.
Zep, I love how you absorb information. You're just seeing the whole picture for what it is.
None of you have ever heard that expression. No one's ever heard somebody say that. Nobody?
I mean, with your background, obviously, your mind's gonna go there. So.
I feel like everyone's saying I'm the crazy one right now, but I feel like it makes a lot of sense.
I feel like you had to have ignored the conversation that all of us have been having for the past 20 minutes for this to be new information for you.
There are different lords out there. Everybody knows there are different. I'm sorry to hold this up. Let's cross the river. Let's not throw them in.
That's okay. Feel free to tell us about the lords, but let's talk and walk. Let's just.
Are we on the platform? Have we gotten on this thing yet?
Again, you'd have to do it 2 at a time, so you can decide if you'd like to do that.
All right, I want to be with a strong person.
I think I need to go by myself if I have Lunk on me. Is that true?
You're not sure?
I should go by myself.
You should go by yourself.
I'm very acrobatic and whatnot, so who wants to be with me?
I'll go with you.
Oh, so close. Catch not. Oh, buddy.
Okay, the
I
two.
can't wait to hear more about your lords. I think this is the time we can talk about them.
Oh, I have a lot to talk about. Oh, what luck.
Wait, Zep, while you talk, Halsdar, can you play pan flute in the background?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell me why did you bring me up? Why didn't you just also have thought to do it? Why did you say, Zep, can you talk while that's playing?
Okay.
Okay.
What, me?
Who is getting on the raft?
Zep and I are going first.
Okay, so the two of you step on, and you do notice that it sinks a little bit, and you kind of have to like balance your weight to make sure that at any point one side of it isn't completely sinking. It's kind of rickety, but you find a good balance with it. You pull yourself across, and with that, the raft makes its way down to here, and that's Hallsdire. And sorry, Zep
No.
moved yourself. It was Zep.
Zep.
It was supposed to be Zep and Kashanon, right?
Got it. I'm sorry. Zep and Kashanon are across.
Are those new tokens that I haven't seen?
I don't think so.
No.
I think we had them last time.
I haven't seen them, like in the big picture of them anyway.
Okay. Well, the raft is there.
I want to peer into the dark or whatever is forward of here.
Okay. You peer in, and it takes you a little bit. You got to get a little bit closer, but you do see 3 barrels there.
Oh, barrels! I was in a barrel. I
Can you
don't.
send the raft back, please?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Here.
Yeah, yoo-hoo.
Got it.
All right. Why doesn't I think Valerian should go next?
Can they send the raft back? Is that a thing they can do without riding it?
Can we just move the rope and make
Yeah.
it go back?
We'll just move the rope, right? What do you?
You can
Yeah,
try it.
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, let's
Give
just
it a
send
go.
I,
All right.
You start to pull, and you do notice that if you pull it a certain direction, it gets stuck. If you pull it the other direction, it does start to make its way back across the way.
Zep, I pulled in the wrong direction the first time, but now I'm pulling in the right direction, so I'm getting it back there.
Zep, roll a
Oh,
perception
God.
check for me, if you would, please.
Zep.
Yep.
A perception. Okay. 15 plus where's my thing? Perception plus 3.
18.
18.
Okay. You hear from this barrel a slight rustling.
Keshna, there's a rustling in the barrel.
What? Are you sure? Are you
Got it.
sure?
That is not a code word. There is a rustling, and it is in the barrel.
Oh my god. Okay. Which one? This first.
Yeah, probably the first one. I'm pretty sure.
The middle one. You're looking at this
Oh.
one.
I forgot. No, it's actually the middle one. I got a little flustered, but I'm very sure right now. I'm drawing my sword. Hacha!
Wait. Shh. Let's listen. How loud is it really?
You listen and roll a perception check, Kashanon.
I'd be coming over during all of this.
Yep.
12.
12. You can't hear much.
Zep, I really can't hear much.
I hear pretty good. I'm gonna go over there. I'm gonna go with my sword. It's drawn. I'm ready to fight. I'm
Well,
very frightened.
This
Do
is
you,
the
need,
most.
do you need me to open it?
What?
Are you here? Yeah,
Do you
Blair.
want me to open the barrel?
Oh yeah, Blair, you open it. I'll be right behind you though.
Zep, yeah, just hold that thought.
Hey, send the rope back.
But
Yeah, actually,
One
Valerian,
sec.
did you send the rope back?
Assuming I could have done that before I walked over, yes. Otherwise, I might ask
I
Cash.
got it.
Okay, then technically, if you called over there, you would be saying that. But Zep, if you want to go towards the barrel, you can. It's up to you.
is Blair there?
Valerian's
What am I?
taking a second. So if you're impatient and you want to go for it, you can. If you want
I
to
gotta
wait.
go for it. I'm too frightened to just leave it away from me.
Okay, so you approach it with your sword. What is your plan? What do you do to the barrel?
I'm gonna tap it with my sword. Hey, who's in there?
As you tap it, it like rattles for a second.
I hit my knee. Ouch.
No, Zep, focus.
Ow, it
Focus on
hurts.
the barrel.
Oh, it hurts real bad. Okay. Is anybody in there?
You don't hear anything.
I feel like I'm gonna have to. I don't know. I'm gonna chop the top off. I'm gonna chop it off.
Am I there yet?
Yeah, you can make your way over. You chop the top off.
Chop. Yes.
Roll an attack.
Okay. A 9. Plus, what do I add to it?
Whatever your character sheet says for attack.
Oh, +5 then. Yeah, +5.
Okay. Yeah, so you definitely do hit it. Roll for damage. It'll be a D6.
Okay.
Yep.
So I used my... I don't think I have a sword, actually. I'm sorry. I guess I used my mace?
Yep.
Okay, 1d6 plus 3. 8 total.
Okay. You absolutely smash down in through the top of the barrel. And as it goes, you see like it all shatter there, and a goblin jumps out and just goes, ah! And he's going to swing at you with a club at your face. That is going to be an 11 to hit.
Oh, let me check. Sorry. I have an armor class of 16.
Yeah, so that does not hit.
Ooh.
Can I have the three of you there just quickly roll initiative, and I'd actually all of you roll initiative, but you guys might miss this turn because you guys are on your way back over on the raft now. I'm talking to Hallsteyer and Pando.
Hallsteyer, can you play a different song?
Yeah.
I got 3
3?
total.
9.
18.
You got a 9?
9.
Okay. Cashinon, your call?
But I got 18.
Yes, so it's your move.
Sorry.
You got a 12.
And this is the goblins out. Can I?
He is, let me get a goblin that I can put him on.
I have 17.
Can I use my sword on the goblin?
Yeah, you totally can.
Okay.
You might have to move your way. I'm going to use this token, just pretend it's a goblin. You would have to you can climb up on this barrel to do that if you want to.
Oh, yeah. Great.
Okay, go ahead and roll for attack.
Sorry, I don't know what to... I was trying to use fancy dice rolling, and I don't know what to hit. Sorry.
That's okay. Should be a D20 plus 7.
I like your chutzpah, Cashinon.
Hold on.
The fancy.
I don't know what to... Give me 1 second. All right, D20. Oh, 20.
Okay.
27.
Natural 20?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to roll D6 twice. 2d6, because you got a critical hit, and then you're going to add 5.
D6 twice. I got 4 both times.
Okay, so yeah, that's plenty. You immediately jump up, and this goblin is kind of there. He swings wildly, leaving his shoulder exposed up there. You deftly, in just a lightning quick movement, get up on top of the barrel and just plunge your sword down his back, and he flops over dead in the barrel.
Zep, did you see that? Are you okay? Oh my god, that happened so fast.
Wow. Oh, that was a pretty sweet move. Oh, man.
I didn't even think. I was so scared. He seemed like he was gonna hurt us, right? Right?
I told you, that's my story. I definitely saw him reach for something, yeah.
Oh god. What else is in that barrel? Anything?
I don't know.
You look in there, and it's seemingly empty, except for that.
Okay. Oh my god. Oh.
Are Pando and I over now?
Yep.
Does he have any puppetry or mechanics on him?
You can make an investigation check.
All right. Let me look. Hold on a second. I can investigate. Wouldn't hurt. Let's see. I'm going to look at it. I got a 10.
Nope. It's pretty easy to look at. He's not in there, but he doesn't seem to have anything on him. It's hard to kind of see in his pockets or anything like that. He's just wearing like kind of loose clothing and such. You do notice that he is wearing an emblem to the Plunder King, which you have seen there. His is not nearly as nice as the one that you saw the Hobgoblin Harrow wearing, but it is like a rough, kind of crappy imitation.
Zen Games weak.
Should we open these other barrels? What if, you know?
Yeah, I think we should probably better check now.
Are you sure you don't just want to throw them in the water?
The dead one?
You can't just throw everything in the water.
Oh, but it would solve so much.
Let's open them up.
Okay, I'll stand behind people.
Okay, who wants to open what barrel?
I'm happy to give it a shot.
Which one are you opening?
I'll open the one I'm closest to.
The one Cashinon's on?
Yes.
Okay.
Cashinon, do you mind if
I'll
I
open the other.
under you?
Let me get down. Yeah.
What am I rolling?
Roll a strength check, and then for Sheila, if you want to, there's a couple different ways that you could do this. You could be kind of crafty with it. You could try to use Druidcraft in some way to do it. You could, you can be creative about it, but how would you like to try to open the barrel?
Let's do Druidcraft.
Okay. Well, how would you like to try to open the barrel?
Read and cheat.
While you think, we're going to go to Valerian, if that's okay. Yep.
Natural 20.
Okay, great. Yeah, you pop the top right off. You look down in it, and there is just like a crusted layer of like barnacles and maggots and like gross just decay. It smells awful, but there's no actual like discernible bones or anything in there, but there's like dead flesh and stuff, like just kind of clumps of stuff around it.
Would I know anything from the barnacles? Like, would the barnacles be able to give me any more information?
Yeah, roll a nature check.
Oh, 0. I rolled a 0.
Yep. You're like, those, I've seen those before. All right, Panda, what's going on?
Can I spell? I just don't know what kind of spell to.
Yeah, you should have a cantrip. You could cast something like, I think you have Thorn Whip or something like that. You could try something along those lines. Cantrips mean that you are not casting a spell that actually takes a spell slot. It's just like a free spell you could use.
Okay, let's do that one.
Okay. So go ahead and I'll just say roll roll a d20 and add your wisdom modifier.
16.
16? Okay, you roll, you see Pando kind of move her hand up, and just like out of her arm and the ornaments that she's wearing comes a vine that whips its way up and through the barrel and then just cracks the lid up, like through the cracks, keeping the wood really well intact. It kind of moves everything to the side. And then you look inside, and it is just a bunch of like rotting fish.
I gotta say, that was a big show for what the ultimate conclusion was, but it looks like a bunch of rotting fish.
It smells awful. You didn't really get the scent too much coming through the barrel. It was pretty good seal. Not a good scent.
All right, let's get out of here.
What do you think it means?
The dead meat?
Yeah.
some sort of food source for some sort of undead army or something?
Yeah, I think that's what they eat, or what the Lord eats, or what his followers eat.
Did they eat last night?
There was no food. There was just chanting. That's all I saw.
It's like a religious ceremony. No food, just chanting.
That's funny.
Thank you, Zep. Let's go up this ladder.
Okay.
Okay, you guys go up this ladder. Who's leading the way? Hallstire?
Yeah,
Okay.
I want to get away from that smell.
Yeah, so you make your way up. The first few people who are up there would immediately see this.
Oh no, more barrels.
You can immediately see that this one is like open, like the lid is open, and seemingly from what you're looking at, it does not seem to have anything in it. You're not sure about this one over here. Sorry, I should be clicking the one to your immediate left as you walked in. This one is open. This one, you don't really see anything in it yet. It doesn't seem to be open.
Why don't we just set it on fire or something?
Zep, you have a cantrip that would allow you to do that if you wanted to.
I can do it. I'll do it. Like, if you guys don't want it, I do it.
Well, let's listen first.
Okay.
Roll a perception check, All-Star.
What's going on?
We're
All-Star's
listening for the barrel.
Hold on, I'll listen. Oh no, I've got my new song stuck in my head. The song I'm writing, I can't hear anything else.
What'd you roll?
Let me listen.
I did not roll good. I'm just gonna go ahead and fail myself. Pando, you're gonna listen?
I would like to listen if your song
Sure.
is in your head.
Go ahead, roll.
It's like when you're writing a rock and roll jam. You gotta memorize that lick. All right.
Don't understand.
Riddles, Pando.
Oh
What
no.
are we licking to listen?
It's just it's a word that elves use.
I would know that if my
Um,
elf parent had stuck around as I grew up.
13.
I'll throw.
Someone's opening his personal barrel.
That's the line of the day.
Barrel too? Lunk, are you getting any of this?
He is not awake. You rolled 14, Pando?
13.
13. Okay. So Pando...
Also, did Blitzer make it across the water?
Shit!
I would say that he was able to go over with you, Valerian.
Oh my god, my dog's here!
It's like a video game dog where you just like whistle and it like runs out of the wall.
Oh.
Yeah, so I would say I'm giving you guys the benefit of the doubt. In the future, I might get on you guys for that a little bit, but that's okay. Yeah, about just keeping track, but that's okay. Pando, you're listening, and the immediate sound that you hear is not necessarily from this barrel, but you do hear some voices echoing from this. And actually, you wouldn't know exactly how this bent yet. I think I revealed a little too much of this area. But you would hear the words, some words echoing down there. And it sounds like there is like some sort of operation of like carrying things. And you hear a voice of like, come on now, pick it up. We gotta get sailing in the next few. Our Lord has returned, and we shall return to the sea.
What do you hear, Pando?
Hey, Pando, anything?
Is there anything in the barrel?
Well, I hear the sound of far off creatures talking about their Lord. They seem to be at work preparing for their Lord, but not that kind of Lord, Zep. I'm guessing.
You knew where I was going.
I know you, Barrel Buddy. I know you.
Yeah.
Barrel buddy.
Maybe we should
Fist bump.
sneak up on the working.
Yeah, who knows how many of them there are?
I love it. Let's sneak up on him. Real quiet like.
Okay, so can you tell me who is leading the sneak here? I don't think anybody is in heavy armor, so nobody's at disadvantage. But presumably the person with the best sneak score should be leading this charge. You might choose to have someone go out and scout ahead.
I think you're the stealthiest.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty stealthy.
It says I have disadvantage on stealth. Oh, because I have scale mail.
I don't believe you do anymore. I believe that you were using the studded leather armor of the Mariner's armor if you wanted to use that.
Oh yeah. Oh,
So
yeah.
if you wanted to put that on, then that wouldn't count as that. You also can give yourself advantage and neutralize that if you want, using your blessing of the trickster.
And the
Yeah.
the cloak I have from What's Bats.
Yep.
What does that do again?
It should be in your inventory. I believe it's a cloak of protection.
Okay.
So it gives you +1 to saving throws and your armor class. So in this, it wouldn't do anything here. But if I asked you if like a boulder was coming to you, you'd get +1 to your score to avoid that boulder.
Okay. All right. Gotcha. Well, I will lead the way because of my stealthiness.
Are you guys following close behind, or are you letting Kashanon move ahead of you?
Come on, guys. Come on.
Astronaut, I have the blessing of the trickster. I can make you more stealthy. I would do it to myself, but I can't.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you could.
Would you like? It'll make you more stealthy.
I would like anything that makes me more stealthy. Sure.
Okay, I'm performing the blessing. Heidi, be very hidden. This is the blessing of the people who are hidden.
Are you sure you remember? Okay. Yeah.
That's exactly it. I'm good at this. Yep.
The lyrics could use work.
Well, maybe, but it's more of the spirit. I have now blessed you with the trickster powers.
Okay, roll at advantage a stealth check, Kashanon.
Yeah.
While this is all happening and they're distracted, I would like to go over to the non-open barrel, listen, and then just, without drawing attention, lick it to see if I can hear any better.
Great. Go ahead and roll a perception check.
I see that. I'm the only one watching this happen.
15.
15, you go over there. There doesn't seem to be any sound, but as you go down and lick the barrel, it does taste like salt water, which for you would be kind of a welcome change because you're used to tasting that all the time. And it smells like rotten fish.
Tastes or sounds salty.
And Kashanon, you're moving ahead. What did you roll for stealth?
11.
With an advantage?
Yeah, I'm unclear. I feel like they add in the modifier, which means I have 11.
I believe that's true, but you're rolling twice because you have advantage.
Oh, gotcha. Well, hold up, everybody. Hold on. Stealth.
That'll do.
7.
Okay, so Kashanon, you make your way up to this portion here, and you immediately hear like moving and dragging of feet and those sorts of things. And again, it is just like, come on! Everything, boss says everything's gotta go. We don't have a lot of time here. We don't know if we're gonna have company. Let's go. You feel confident in your ability to move up to peek around this corner here.
Yeah, you should.
And from that vantage point, you should be able to see this. And actually, he would be moved back. So you watch him walk his way back there. So yeah, I would say I'll move you up a little bit more, and they would be on their way there. So I'm just adjusting some things from last time. You'd be able to see pretty much everything in this room. you notice a bunch of different puppets that are moving boxes and crates, and they are moving them out into a big break in sunshine here and out of the cave there. And at the moment, none of them, let me double check. Yep, none of them see you. And they continue to move along. There's a dead goblin body there. Lots of different weird looking puppets. The person that you see here is particularly interesting, a character that you have not seen yet. It is a huge, gluttonous, just like absolutely mass of goblin flesh, sitting atop what looks to be like a lounge chair that is being carried by like little weird looking spider puppets. They're kind of like crushed under that, and they've got like weird spidery legs that seem to be like moving the thing around. And he's the one sitting there barking orders, just like double chin in the back, just like, come on, come on, I didn't build you to be slow. And in the back, you see rather stoically, seeming to like pick up tools and such in a more organized manner, a goblin that you would recognize, Grib.
Ooh, okay. Oops. Oh shit. Oh shit. You guys.
Do you move back to say this?
No, I want to keep watching for a little bit.
Okay, so you're calling down the hallway, you guys.
You guys.
Okay.
Guys.
You hear her?
Oh, just Kurt.
Everybody to roll a perception check for me, please.
Natural 1.
Nope, you are licking a barrel.
15.
16 total.
Hallstar?
Not good.
Okay, I would say that Pando and Zep, you guys do hear something because you would be waiting for it. So you do hear, you guys. Miraculously, Cashinon, you look back and it does not seem that anybody has noticed you.
Any of goblins?
Nope.
Or any of my friends?
Nope. Anybody of your goblins. You're not sure if your friends have noticed you. You can't tell.
Okay.
What is it? What do you hear?
No, shh. Guys, no yelling.
No,
Wait
she
for
was
her to come
yelling.
back.
He was yelling to us. I think she wanted to say
Shut
something.
up! No.
I'll
Okay.
just start walking down the hall.
All right. You start to walk. As you do that, you hear, shh! Hey! Everybody stop where you are. I thought I heard something. Everyone roll a stealth check for me, please, if you are moving. So that would be you, Hallsdyer, and anybody else. No, Valerian, I'm sorry. Valerian, you said you were moving. So roll a...
I don't believe I'm moving.
Yeah, roll a stealth check. Anybody else, would you have been moving towards the hallway?
Natural 20.
I got an 8.
Okay. So, Pando, as you're moving there, you notice everybody get quiet, and just for like a second, it just takes you a second too long to realize it. And just like you're like, "What's up, guys? What's going on?" And your voice does echo down, and you don't hear anything. But I would like everyone to roll initiative at this point. As Cashinon, you see a little, like, stubbly little puppet walk up to you. And it's got, like, one arm is just, like, huge for, like, lifting things. And the other arm is, like, kind of tiny. And it pulls a crank on its front and just starts to go... and make a noise there. Everyone roll initiative.
I have a 10.
I have a 16.
17.
22.
All right, hang on.
You asked for it.
I asked you to roll. I didn't ask for your numbers, Nate.
All-Star, you ever plug that pan flute in, make it electric?
Do I plug it in and make it electric? I'm not following.
Electric pan flute.
I don't know what electricity is.
It's the eels. The eels have it. It's what the eels are.
Oh.
So like maybe the eel like plays the pan flute.
It's
All right.
a rock and roll thing, All-Star.
Anyone have 25 to 20?
I don't know what the
22.
term is.
And I'm gonna run to the bathroom.
Okay. All right. Does anyone have 19 to 15? What do you got? You're muted, Scott.
17.
Okay.
Oh, I have 16.
Great. Zep. Okay. 15 to 10. What do you got?
10.
And then where are you, Carrie?
9.
Okay. All right. So Valerian is going to be able to move first once we get back and once she's here. Classic D&D move. Rolling the highest initiative and going P.
Classy.
Okay. Kashanon, you are up. Although you as a player can see everything through that wall there, you would not be able to see that. So all you can do is base your decisions off of the fact that something was heard there and that you started hearing something there, which you could logically assume is at the end of that hallway.
So wait, I can't.
Sorry, this is Valerian, not Kashanon.
Oh, okay.
Oh, sorry. So all I see is Kashanon and the one puppet?
If you move up, you would see Kashanon.
Okay, I'll move up, and I would like to see Kashanon.
Okay.
And then I would like to ask what's going on and hold my action until she either moves to indicate that I need to do something or replies to me.
Okay, so to hold your action means that you wouldn't be able to move anymore unless that action that you're going to hold is going to be to dash. So to hold an action, like you would be able to hold one thing that you can do. So
right, can I move up to her?
Yep. And it's your turn right now. You can move up to her.
Right, okay, I'm sorry. So,
yeah.
So I move up, and you're suggesting that if I wait for her response...
Well, as you move up, you were seeing this puppet go...
Okay, then, but I can't see anything past it?
You can see the room at that point, yeah.
And I can see Grib.
Yep.
Can I get to Grib?
No, you can't get past this puppet without taking an action against it.
All right, then I will go into a rage and I will stick it with my trident.
Great, go for it. Remember, you can take reckless attacks now as a level 2 barbarian.
Yes, and I'm going to do that because why wouldn't I? It is unlikely that this puppet will hurt me too much. Does it mean anything gets advantage on me?
Yep. Any attack against you, I believe.
So even if I kill the puppet, other things?
Every attack against you, yeah. But remember, raging, anything non-magical...
Is half, yeah. Yeah, I'll make it reckless.
Okay.
Oh, I should not throw quite so many things at the same time. So 21 to hit, and 7 damage.
Great. You take your trident right in his hand is kind of up, like to slam, and he's going. You take the trident, stick it right into the part and twist it, and it actually goes and like breaks the puppet entirely. You have a little bit more movement if you want to move into the square where the puppet just died.
I would, yes, please.
Okay. For the sake of clarity, I'm just going to go ahead and delete the puppet now and move you up into that. And I believe that's your full movement because you started here. There'd be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, so you can move as much as that. Immediately, you see the fat goblin that I had described before next to you here. And that is your turn. All right. Kashanon, no, sorry. It is, nope, it is the goblin's turn up next. These 3 goblins are each going to be packing a box. I will say that this one has a box with him, and he is going to turn and run out of the field with that. This one is going to move up to engage. This one is going to move up to engage. Both of them are going to attack Laren at advantage with spears. 18 plus 5, which is 23, which I'm sure will hit. And the next one does not hit. And that is going to be 7 points of piercing damage. Halved is going to be 3 points of piercing damage, rounded down. That is the goblin's turn. Is it the goblin's turn? Yes, it is. Great. That is going to be that. Zep, you are up.
Okay, well, I guess, let me look at I probably should have prepared to look at my spells.
Sorry, I should tell you who's up next. Pando, you're up next after that.
Maybe I should bless everybody again, is what I've been thinking.
What's the ruling on bless? How close do you have to be?
30 feet.
Okay, so if you wanted to bless, you could bless Pando and Halsdire at the moment, and yourself.
I don't know if I can bless myself.
You can, I believe.
Oh.
If you moved up before you did that to here, you could bless Kashanon, Pando, and Halsdire.
I think I'd rather bless other people, so I'd like to move up. How far can I move?
5 squares, so you can move to about here.
Okay, so I will move, like, here.
Okay.
And then if I cast bless from here, can I hit 3 of them?
You'd have to be, like, from here, but yes.
Oh, yeah. Then I'll do that. And I cast bless on you 3.
So that's going to be Kashanon, Pando, and Halsdire. You are now blessed.
I have blessed you. And I guess I can't move any farther, so I guess I'm done.
Yep, that'll be your turn. Pando, you are up.
Okay.
Halsdire, there will be an enemy between you and Pando, but you're the next player to go.
So just remember, bless is a D4 to like everything, right?
Attacks and ability checks. I think it's saving throws. It's attacks.
Attack or saving throw.
Attacks and saving throws, yeah.
So every time you make an attack in this battle, add a D4.
Yeah. If you want.
All right, Pando, you are here. If you want to move 5 squares closer, you can probably get to about here. Meaning that you can, I'll say you're just barely able to see this goblin if you move up there.
Okay. Let's see. I would like to move
Okay.
up there.
Actually, you can move right behind Kashanon. You can move here if you'd like. Meaning I would say you can see both these 2 goblins.
Okay. And who's right there in the blue again?
Valerian.
Laren. Okay. I don't want to hurt Laren.
And Panda, I'm going to look at... Remember, you can now wild shape.
I was looking at that. I was also looking at the earth tremor because it sounds really cool. But I will try the wild shape. I haven't done that yet.
Yeah, so I'm looking at your spells. You have Cure Wounds, Entangle, and Healing Word prepared now. Is that what you meant to have prepared?
Sure, yes.
Okay, cool. But yes, you can turn into an animal at the moment if you would like. So at the moment, you can turn into something a 1/4 challenge rating, I believe.
Okay.
Unless you did, no, I'm sorry. Did you do Circle the Moon?
Yes.
Okay, then that is showing on this, but I think that means you can go up to a level 1 challenge rating.
Okay.
So do you know a beast that you would like to become?
Oh gosh.
Oh, and I'm sorry, you actually have more movement speed than that as well, but that because you have 35 feet. Sorry, I'm just looking at your character sheet now. What animal would you like to be, Kashanon or Pando?
Oh my gosh. I don't have my animal list up. Okay. If I don't turn into an animal right now, can I still use Entangle?
Yeah, you can use Entangle right now.
Okay, I want to use Entangle instead.
Okay, great. Where would you like to target Entangle? It can be anywhere that you see. And right now you would be able to confirm that if you put it here, you'd hit 2 goblins.
Okay, let's do it there.
Okay. So I believe that's a 20-foot cube. Is that right? I can just look it up. Entangle. Let's take a look. Yes, 20-foot square. And a creature in the area who casts a spell must succeed on a strength saving throw or be restrained by the entangling plants until the spell ends. Oh, I thought they were able to make the save. That's a much better spell. Okay, great. So if you put that there, then that's going to be... You're actually going to get Valerian with that too. She'll have to make a strength saving throw on that. But you would be able to hit this goblin, this goblin, this goblin, this puppet, and that's it. And then all of this area is going to become difficult terrain for that. So we're going to go ahead and say this area here. Okay, so Valerian, can you make a strength saving throw, please? It might be at advantage because you're raging. I don't remember. Okay. What'd you roll, Valerian? What did you roll, Valerian?
Sorry. I rolled the wrong dice, is what I rolled. 18, and it is at advantage.
Okay, I believe that succeeds because I believe your I believe that your saving throw, I think, is like 12 at the moment. So those 2 goblins that I have the nets on did not succeed. This goblin did, and this is all difficult terrain now, which means it takes everyone double their movement to get through it. Okay. Good turn, good stuff. This guy is now going to move. He is restrained, which I'm going to look up what that means again. Oh, he can use... Okay, so they can use an action to try to free themselves. That's what it is. But I believe that restrained means they can't move at all. Let me double check that. Speed becomes 0. They can't benefit from any bonus on the speed. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage, and the creature's attack rolls have disadvantage. The creature has disadvantage on dexterity saving throws. Wonderful. That's all true facts. Okay, so this guy is not very good at moving anyway, and he's not very strong. But he doesn't want to die, so he is going to try to make the strength saving throw. And he is going to fail, so that's going to be his entire turn. Halsdyer, you're up.
Okay, so I want to move up,
Mm-hmm.
but I think that even if I move up, I'm not of much use against anyone at the moment.
If you moved up to here, you could inspire someone.
I could, yes. Yeah, let's do that. The next move, I'm going to have to do the fun stuff. Okay. I shall inspire. Who do I want to do within 60 feet? I'm going to play a little song for, let's say, Valerian.
Great. Valerian, you have a d6 that you can add to an attack roll or a saving throw, I believe. One time. Awesome. Kashanon, you are now up. And what you have before you is, I would say that you are able to occupy the same space as Valerian or get past here. Remember, anything within the green square is going to take double your movement. Anybody with a net, you have advantage against.
Anybody with a net.
Yep. The little net symbol next to them.
Okay. What did Valerian do on her move again?
Valerian killed a puppet.
Oh, that's right. So the puppet is dead. And then, so everyone in this room sees us now?
That's true. Yep.
Okay. Well, golly day. I have my, can I be wearing the cloak? Do I have to?
Yeah, you're wearing the cloak. If you put it on, you're attuned. You're always wearing it.
Okay, great. So can I then attack this closest guy?
Yeah, actually, you can attack him from where you are right now. You don't even have to move, and it would be an advantage.
Okay, so I'm gonna take the short sword and attack him, but it still has the blood of the goblin from the barrel.
Sure do. You're going to roll at advantage, and you're going to add a d4 to it because you are blessed.
Okay, so here's... Did that go through? Here's the first thing.
Okay, so dice roll plus 7. Okay, so it's not critical. You did 9 damage. The dice roll.
I don't know that it's at advantage. I think she does.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you wouldn't have hit with that roll. So roll again to see if you hit.
Just do the same thing?
Yep.
Okay.
That one
13.
is a 13. If you add a d4, you might hit.
So just do a 4, or just roll 4.
Yeah.
And I got 2 more.
2 more?
2 more, yeah.
2 more is what you actually needed. The bloodied sword from the other goblin, you see as Pando made these vines sprout out from the sandy bottom of the cave. They wrap up around this goblin. He tries to get out, but he is unable to. He becomes restrained, and just kind of his back arches up there, and you plunge your sword into his now open heart, and just like thump, thump, like in, out, surgical precision, exactly where you aimed. He is dead, and starts to now kind of like just slump, and blood drip from him, just entangled in this mess of vines. You can still move if you'd like, and as a monk, you can still walk up and punch somebody as a bonus action.
Okay. He's done, so I don't feel like I need to punch him.
True.
But I'd like to get a little closer to the goblin who's not in front of Valerian, the other one.
Okay, yeah, that is the one that's currently being is currently riding the big fat one, essentially.
Yeah, okay.
So remember, you now have key points. So if you want to spend one, you can actually punch him twice if you want to.
Yeah, I do. I want to punch him twice.
Okay, that'll be at advantage. So go ahead and roll 2 times for the first one to see if that hits, and then you're going to roll 2 times again.
This is D20.
Yeah, it's going to be a D20 plus 7, and then you're going to roll a D4. It should be your punch. And just make sure to mark off that you've used a key point for Flurry of Blows is what we're doing right now.
Gosh. Okay, can I... Oh, there. There's one.
Okay, that one definitely hits, but you can hit Flurry of Blows again just to make sure you don't get a critical.
Okay. Did that not... Oh, hold on.
Okay, great. So we have 3 in now. We'll take the first 2 as your first attack. And then we'll take the better of the 2 options. Well, actually, the dice roll of 23 is the one we would take with the advantage. So we'll take the 6 points of damage there. And then roll one more time.
Same Flurry of Blows?
Yeah, just one more because you're rolling at advantage.
Okay.
And then that one will hit. So all told, you did 12 points of bludgeoning damage to this guy. He is just a big sack of blubber on these things. He's pretty easy to hit. You walk up and just like pop, pop, and you see like his skin kind of ripple as you hit him. He's a mess. All right, good turn, good stuff. Grib is up next. And then when we get back around, Valerian, it'll be your turn, but the puppets will go before you. Okay, Grib is going to be here. He's just out of the way of that. He sees Kashanon and Valerian. Seeing Kashanon hit Dugan, he is going to target you, maybe. He is going to... Yeah, he'll do that. Actually, no. He's going to walk his full movement to be behind Dugan here, and he's going to cast a spell on him. And that spell is going to be Heroism. And he is... Yeah, so he casts that, and you see that he kind of says to him something along the lines of, in Goblin, actually, so you wouldn't understand it. It's just like, and it's like a barking language there. Puppets are going to be up next. These puppets are not going to be able to move far, so he'll go there. This puppet is just going to do what it's told and move up here. This puppet is going to attack you, Kashanon. And this one, you see, is, like, again, built for lifting things. So it's just got, like, it's, like, comically, like, 2 large arms over it. It kind of, like, towers over there. It will attack you. Ugh, rolling terribly. Does not hit. That'll be it. Valerian, you're up.
Can I get, with the rough terrain, to Grib? I realize it would give an attack of opportunity.
Yeah, not with this puppet blocking the way. You could get, you'd have to go 10, 20. Actually, you could. Yeah, you would go 10, 20, 30. You would take an attack of opportunity from this goblin. And actually, this goblin.
They're both just regular goblins?
This one is not a regular goblin, no. But he's the big blubbery one.
He's a cool goblin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they would all have advantage still?
No, because your turn has started again, so that is not true.
Great. So I'm going to do that. I am done with Grib. This is, like, I see him. He's gotten away twice. Like, everything about my barbarian and, like, pride as a Triton, like, I am over it. So I will take all the opportunity attacks, and I want Grib.
Okay, what's your armor class?
18.
18. Okay, so the first one that is not restrained, but the regular goblin that you walk by does not hit you. And the other one does not hit you either. Go ahead and make your attack against Grib. He is not restrained, so if you want advantage, you would have to take a reckless attack. Or if you wanted to attack the fat goblin, you could do that at advantage without taking reckless attack.
No, I want Grib because Kashanan has Fatty McFat Boy.
Okay.
So I will do it recklessly. I am over this guy.
Great.
Yeah.
Fuck him up.
Sorry, I'm deciding.
I'm cheering you on with your bardic inspiration.
Thank you. I am deciding. I'm gonna do it trident one-handed. Still, I still have my shield.
Okay.
It is going to be a 16 to hit.
16.
Oh wait, hold on. This is where I can use my inspiration, right?
That is true, but you get to do that after I tell you if it hit or not, and it did hit, so you don't have to use it.
Great, thank you.
Okay, so go.
And then that is 6 points of damage.
Okay, piercing.
Yes.
Okay, you walk up. Grib is there. He is laying a hand on the fat goblin, casting a spell.
And I would like to say, stay and fight this time.
Okay, and he kind of shields a little bit with the armored part of his shoulder. Actually, speaking of shield, that's something I forgot. He is going to cast shield and give himself more armor class. So now, technically, you don't hit with a 16. If you want to use the thing, you can do that. I forgot he had that ability.
Oh wait, did he do it before he got hit?
I personally forgot, but he would have done it.
I think I rolled a 6. Is yes, it's a 6. It doesn't have a 6.
Okay, so you see him, and he's casting the spell. He comes and sees you coming, and as the trident comes down, he throws up a spell of shield, and you see this warding energy come through, and just as it's coming up, you actually slip the trident in first, and the energy comes in through that and poke him, and he does take 6 points of piercing damage. Good stuff.
Yes.
Liked that. That was a fun turn.
Sire.
Okay, so next up on the player list is going to be Zep, but we do have the goblins first. So this goblin is going to be able to move. He is the only goblin left, actually. So he's just going to move over to Kashanan, and he will attack. Kashanan, I believe that's a 20-something to hit, so I think that hits. He has a scimitar, and he's going to do 4 points of slashing damage to you.
Ow.
Yeah, ain't no kind of good. Great. Zep, you are up.
All right, I'd just like to get into range to throw a javelin at somebody.
Okay,
If that's
you
possible.
could move up here, and if you moved up there, you could throw a javelin at this goblin.
Which one are you pointing at?
Sorry, this one.
Oh, yeah. Let me do that.
Okay, you go ahead and roll a d20, and I believe I can look up your scores.
11.
11 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay, did you add anything to that?
No, I don't think I can. Oh, wait, yeah, I added the +5.
You added the +5,
Yeah.
so it was a 6 on the dice.
Yes, that's what I rolled.
Okay, the javelin just gets caught in the weeds, unfortunately.
Oh.
Yeah, and does not
Dagnabbit.
hit.
I'll get him next time.
This guy is completely cornered, and it is now his turn. So he is going to... let's see here. he is going to cast Grease. It's the word. He is going to cast Grease where Kashanon is, because he's gotten hit by her a couple times and he ain't about it.
Oh, no.
That's going to be right here. And it's actually going to hit that goblin there, too. So he, you see him, and he, like, takes his hands and starts to, like, work with a tinkering item and whisper something to it. And then blow, and out of it just pours this disgusting, thick, viscous, oily liquid all over you, Kashanon, and all over the goblin next to you. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Right.
This is the word.
The goblin succeeds.
Bow, 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 now.
The time and the place.
It's a motion. Grease is the way we.
Do I just do a roll? Okay, sorry. I don't know how to do that.
Roll a d20, and I believe it's add 7.
Yeah, 23.
Okay, yeah, so you do not fall prone either. However, anybody who moves in that brown square now will have to make a dexterity saving throw or might fall over. Halsdyer, you are up. There is a small crack window through here that you can see that goes through the entire wall there.
So yeah, can I see Grib through there?
If you walk right up here, I'm drawing, sorry. If you walk right up to it, yes, you can. To cast a spell, probably if you were to shoot something through it, that would be pretty difficult.
No. As long as I can see him and he can hear me, if I can shout and he can hear into the chamber?
Yep, totally can, yeah.
Okay, awesome. So I'm going to use a cantrip. And that cantrip, for the first time, is called Vicious Mockery.
Is that a bonus action?
Let me look.
Vicious
Mockery, yeah. I don't know if it's bonus action. I don't have that information in front of me.
Hold on, let me look it up real quick. Because if it's bonus action, you can technically do something else, too.
Yeah. So to inform everybody else what this is, to quote the book, you unleash a string of insults laced with subtle enchantments at a creature you can see within range. If the target can hear you, though it need not understand you, it must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or take 1d4 psychic damage, and have disadvantage on the next attack roll it makes before the end of its next turn.
Dang, super good. Okay, he's going to have to make a wisdom saving throw. What's your spell DC, your spell save DC?
I think you're going up against 14.
14? That sounds right. He does not succeed. So what would you like to say to Grib?
I'm going to tell Grib I think he's a donkey's butthole, which would make him an ass's ass, and that he looks ugly, and I hope that he stays in this dark cave forever, because if anybody ever saw him, he would probably scare them to death with his ugliness.
Love it. Can you roll a d4 and tell me what you get?
All right, let me see. I can do that.
Were those the vicious words?
Yeah, I'm in the middle of battle. This is my first time using it. They're rusty. He gets 3 psychic damage.
3 psychic damage? Not bad. You see Grib, and he is looking into the face of a very angry Valeran. And he is kind of panicked about that. He's glad that the shield is up. He's not glad that the shield does not protect him from words. And you can see him kind of like, cringe in the back of his words as these words echo through the walls. Halsdyer, would you like to continue moving?
I'd like to back away from the window a little bit.
Okay.
And maybe move, I'll move my token here. it's a little in between, but I want to be in this hallway essentially,
Yep.
with not next to the window.
Perfect. We'll know where you are, and not in
And
the wall.
I want to give bardic inspiration. Can I? I think I can
Yep.
do that.
Yep, that's a bonus action. So you can give it to anyone who doesn't have it in your sight.
I am going to grant then in my sight. I'm going to give it to my buddy Zep.
Great. Pando, I think I skipped you.
I think you did skip Pando.
Yeah,
might
so
have.
Pando, you're going to go next, and then Cashinon, you'll be after that. Sorry about
Okay.
that.
No worries.
So you're up.
Nothing but time. I'm up now.
Yep.
Okay. All right, so I'm still back here. Who do we have left?
This goblin's drawn on, but there's a goblin here, a puppet here, big fat goblin here, Grib, and a puppet running away.
Okay, I was researching. Let's see. But I don't want to hurt anyone else. I was looking at Thunderwave.
So I don't think you currently have that prepared. I think that's a
Oh, I
cantrip.
can't do that yet.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can do that or not.
It should be in your prepared spells.
Oh, okay. They all have zeros next to them. That
Yeah.
makes sense. Okay. Then can I use my scimitar or something?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll do that.
Great. You would have to move up to here, which is easily done, and you would
Okay.
be using your scimitar against this guy.
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for attack.
Okay. Oh no.
Yeah, so unfortunately you make your way into the vines that you've created, and you did a really good job. And your hand gets caught in one as you swing down for the goblin, but you are unable to make the strike. Cashinon, you are now up. Grib will be next.
I'm humbled.
Okay, so there's the goblin who attacked me most recently, right? And then there's the fat.
The fat one you've been pummeling, and the puppet. There's a lot of stuff happening here.
Oh, fudge. Okay. Do I know, is one of the two goblins closest to me, near death?
The one that's next to you that isn't the fat one, it looks perfectly fine and healthy. And the fat one, he looks like he's taken some damage, but he's not looking rough at the moment, other than the fact that, heart disease might get him in a few years.
Sure. And then do I know who could do the most damage to me?
I would say that the most damage, the puppet there has big mallet hands. He's pretty spooky too. But you saw the big fat one cast a spell. That can be pretty nasty. But yeah.
All right. So I'm just in danger. Okay. So I'm the one that's not the fat one, that goblin.
Okay.
If I can try to kill him. So when I use the boomerang, does that just hit one person? No, forget it.
Well, boomerang is a ranged weapon. You wouldn't be able to use that right now. You'd be using the sword.
I was thinking I could somehow hit all three. I was just trying to wipe.
Well,
them out.
as a monk, you can. You could stab them, and you could take a bonus action and a key point to punch two people. So you could do that if you wanted to.
Yeah. Okay, I feel like that's what I need to do. So I'm gonna try to stab the not fat one.
Okay, let's start with that.
Okay. So.
Oh, never mind. Pando, what do you add to your attacks? Hold on, I can look that up.
Let's see.
Because I'm thinking you're blessed. You might have actually hit last turn. The scimitar's +6. You rolled an 8. That wouldn't be enough. Okay, yeah, never mind. Okay, yeah, you definitely hit the goblin, Cashinon, and you're kind of like, pop. He kind of comes up and tries to stab you. He did stab you, actually. He hurt you last turn. And you turn your sword and are able to, again, slice through another goblin, which really is Cashinon's deal at this point, slaying goblins. And pop, pop. And now you can. That's another thing that Thea does, by the way. This is our daughter. We're taking a separate thing here. We have taught her how to say pop, pop from Community. And
what's that character's name?
Magnitude.
Magnitude,
Yeah.
right.
And it's the best. So if you go, hey Thea, pop, pop, she'll go, pop, pop. It is the best. Anyway, Carrie, you can use a key point to punch twice more, or you can punch once more without using a key point.
All right, wait, what is this? I just killed this guy, right?
The goblin guy, yeah.
Okay.
You are such a vicious fighter. It's crazy.
All these years I've been looking for what to do with my hands. I made jewelry, I cooked, and little did I know it was murder. But
yeah,
it's all about exploration.
I'll
You're
deal
on a journey.
with questions of that in my head later. Maybe there won't be. Maybe I'll feel good. So I would want to.
You can punch the puppet, or you can punch the fat one.
Yeah. I'm gonna. One at a time. I'm gonna punch the fat one.
Are you going to use a key point to do it twice, or are you just doing it once?
I'm just gonna. A key points like.
You only get a few a day. Yeah. So.
Well, a few a day. You mean like a day of this, or a day of like
a day in game?
So
Okay.
remember, theoretically, there is a world in which after we fight these things, we have to go fight a demon god.
Yeah. I'm gonna not use a key point. I'm just gonna regular punch.
Okay. The puppet.
No, the
Fat one. Go for it.
Yeah. I don't know what to hit. I'm just gonna hold on. Oh, I got natural 20.
Great. So you're going to.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're going to roll a d4 twice then.
D4 twice. I got a 3, and then a 3.
Okay. So, and then you're going to add 5 to that. Dang, Carrie, that's 11 points of damage. You were asking if he was looking bad. He is now. You, punched, just directly into his gut, and he just, and, kind of slumps over. You see, the puppets on him, underneath of him are kind of falling over, and he's like, and he's screaming. He's a mess. You know what? Never mind. We're going to come back to that in a second. Okay. It's going to be Grib's turn next. Grib is going to move 1, 2, 3 over to here. He is going to attack you, Valerian.
with disadvantage.
Oh, that's right. With disadvantage.
But it evens out because I reckless lead.
Yeah, dang. With disadvantage. Okay, so he is gonna do. Oh, you reckless attacked? Okay, so he's just rolling straight. Okay. He does not hit. He is going to use his bonus action to nimble escape, meaning that he can use the disengage action, and he is then going to move 1, 2 to there. This puppet is going to smack at Kashanan again. And as Grib is going, you see him yell something at the fat one, and the fat one looks panicked at what he said. Zep, you understand this language, and you understand Grib is saying, my life is too important to the cause. Yours will be shed this day. And the fat one's like, what? No! No! And he's screaming back at that and panicked, obviously freaking out. The big boy puppet is going to attack Carrie. That's going to be a 13 to hit, which I do not believe hits. So you're just nimbly dodging these big old thumps. Valerian, you're up next. After that will be Zep, followed by Pando.
Can I get to Grib?
You bet? Yes, you can. Puppet gets an attack of opportunity, and so does Fat One.
Okay, fine. Also remember Lunk is strapped to me. I don't know if any of these attacks would impact.
Yeah, look.
Hey, that guy. Yes, thank you for reminding me. 15 to... I'm sorry, that's going to be 19 to hit. Does that hit?
That is.
Okay, that's going to be the Fat One, luckily, which is not a lot of damage. He just kind of, like, swings out at you desperately. He's going to do 3 points of damage, which is halved to 1 point piercing damage. And then the big puppet is going to attack you. He is going to get an 18 to hit.
My AC is 18.
Okay, so tie goes to you. He does not hit you. The huge slam kind of rings your shield as you walk out there. Oh, this puppet also would have gone last turn. He pieces out.
I think ties go the other way.
I'm sorry?
That I want to get hit.
Is that true? Am I second guessing myself? I thought...
Well, you're the DM. It can happen whatever you want in the world. Sorry. I don't know why I'm fighting.
Yeah, you're right. You need that number to hit. Sorry, he would have hit you. You're right. Thank you. I'd say I'd go easy on you for it, but I'm not going to. That is going to be a big old 10 points of bludgeoning damage as he smacks down on your back leg as you go back there. That is going to be halved down to 5 points of bludgeoning damage. Now you may take your attack against Grib.
Having fought Grib now for the third time, do I have any sense of his strength? Like, do I have any sense that if I were to grapple him, the likelihood of me winning?
You would see as a combatant that he doesn't seem to use strength. He seems to be kind of cunning and nimble and good with his fingers. What you know about Grib would be not a strong man. No, it seems to, like, in this adventure, he's been having other things move things for him. So no, strength is not a strong suit of Grib.
And I have advantage on strength checks and saving throws. Do you want to know something else that's super funny? I have added none of my +2 for rages this entire game that we have played.
Cool.
My damage should have 2.
You can roll to grapple him, yeah.
I think I would like to essentially try to throw myself on top of him. But then I can't hit him, and we're super far away from everybody else.
I mean, it's pretty clear he's trying to get away. So if your
I'm
goal,
gonna grapple him.
Okay.
And this is
at advantage, athletics check.
14.
He rolls a 16 on the dice. Yeah. He gets no bonus to it, but he is able to squirm out of your grasp there. Zep, you are up.
All right. I'd like to be able to throw. Well, I don't know if Laren made this difficult, but can I throw a javelin at Zep?
At Grib?
Yeah. Not him. No, Grib.
Yeah, you can still. You have a good clear line to him. You can throw a javelin.
Do I wanna? I wanna get him. I wanna get him real bad. So if I do, I think I can do more damage with a guiding bolt.
Oh, you certainly can. Yeah, that is a mean old spell. Yeah.
But then I lose a spell slot. Do I want to do that? I don't know. Yeah, let's go for it.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast what I said.
Guiding bolt
on Grib.
Okay, so roll for an attack, and I believe you're gonna add your wisdom modifier to that.
So roll a d 13 plus my wisdom modifier, which is 3.
Great.
16.
That definitely hits. Wow. So roll damage on that, which I believe is pretty substantial. I think it's 2d6.
I think it's 4d6.
Is that true? Oh my god, 4d6. Go ahead and
Yeah.
roll that.
Wait, I don't even know how to do that. Oh, okay. Slash roll 4d6. Don't roll a 4. 11. Well, that's not so great. But
11
okay,
points of
11.
damage.
Yeah.
And the next attack against Grib will have advantage because you see Zep weave this huge ball of energy and then point it, and it just kind of zooms across this cave, illuminating it. It slams into Grib just as he is released, squirming out of the grasp of Valerian, and it just hits him, and his whole body is aglow, and he just coughs up a huge amount of blood and just kind of screams in a just sheer obviously uncontrolled panic. He is looking really bad, really vulnerable, definitely can be hit easily.
That was
Zep.
way more gruesome than I had hoped for.
He's tubercular.
Zep, do you want to move anymore?
No, I'm good.
Great. Pando, you are up.
Oh, wait. Can I, dive down again?
Yeah, totally. Oh, and actually, the grease pit is still there, and I was supposed to roll for damage from that. It is still there. He has to maintain concentration. So I don't remember if you get that, if you're standing in it, if you're just standing in it or not. But if you move, Pando, you're going to have to make a dexterity saving throw to make sure you don't fall over.
Okay, let's do that.
You want to move?
Yeah. I don't like where I am. Okay.
10, and that you have a high dexterity, you do succeed that. So you can move. Everything is still double movement, but you can move pretty freely there.
Okay. And I can still do that?
Yep, you can move. It just, every square takes 10 feet of movement instead of 5.
Turn is still going. Okay. I guess I want to go closer to Grib. And do I have my scimitar back now?
Oh yeah, that's a melee weapon, so you just hit with
I have it anyway?
Yeah.
Can I try again?
5,
or would that be a next
10,
turn?
20. Yeah, you can get up there. You want to go stab Grib?
Yes.
Great. You're going to do so at advantage, so you get to roll twice, and remember you also have a d4 to add to that because you're blessed.
Okay. Oh, first one is a 19.
Great. Just roll again to make sure you don't...
20.
The next one's a 20?
Yes.
On the dice? Okay, that's a critical hit. Go ahead and roll it because it's going to be fun. You get to add 2... so you roll 2d6 and then add your modifier. But I'll tell you, it doesn't quite matter because he had 1 hit point.
Okay, 6, and then my modifier is... I get +6 for the scimitar, right?
Should be... That sounds like it could be right. Yeah,
So
+6.
12.
No, so modifier, it's probably +4 for it. So you'd have a 10. Yeah. Yeah, so you absolutely kill Grib. Would you like to describe the way in which you kill Grib?
With gusto and with reverence.
Okay. Love it. You come up and he is shining with this heavenly light from being hit. He is eyes are wide. You can see that he really thought he was going to get out of this. He sees you walk up and you just kind of calmly walk. The grease doesn't bother you. You walk out of the vines that you've created and they kind of just part as you walk forward. Just kind of matter-of-factly, but decisively, you take the sword and you just slowly slice, just a quick, well, I said slowly, but you just kind of drag across his neck quickly, just decisively, but you make this eye contact of being at peace and almost as kind of this death is saving him from the terrible existence of serving some great evil. And in that moment, his panic loosens and he accepts his death and falls dead.
Oh
And
boy,
we
I
hear
can't wait to
Grease
get
in
around
the
the corner
background.
and see what's happening in the next room.
Great. Pando, that's going to be your turn. It'll be the Fat Goblin's turn here. Oh boy, okay. In a panic, he is going to try to... No, he's going to have to fight it out till the end. He doesn't want to, but he's going to do it. Oh, Grib probably would have used shield. Well, you would have hit anyway. It was a extra... Let's say you used shield in that moment and died too. Just to ruin my note. Let's go ahead and say that he is going to use... He's going to attack you. He's going to reach out his hand, and he's going to grasp your arm, or attempt to grasp your arm, Kashanon. And that is going to be... not a hit. So you see a cold energy move from his hand, but he misses, and he is just going to, like, panic, bleeding, try not to die. That's going to be his turn. Halsdyer, you're up, followed by Kashanon.
Okay, great. So I come around the corner, I want to say, to right about where my buddy Zepp is.
Okay.
To witness Grib, who I had just called a donkey's butt, get his throat slit by Pando. And I'm looking, I guess from where I am, I can see the puppet?
You can see the puppet. I would say you can see the fat goblin too.
All right, I'm going to shoot the fat goblin in the back of the head with my crossbow.
Sure. Classic move.
Uh,
I love that D&D allows sentences like that to be uttered.
all right, great. So let me see. Do I have... No, okay. I'm going to go ahead and roll 15. What am I adding to that for the crossbow?
It hits. So whatever you add, don't worry about it.
So 1d8 plus 3. 6. So I did 6 overall.
Great. How would you like to expire the fat goblin? Send to the back of the head?
Yeah, so anyway, I see Pando slice open Grib's throat. I see just dead goblins everywhere. I see Valerian sort of like crazed out and everything. I look over next to me at Zepp, and I just go look back and shoot a guy in the back of the head.
Okay, matter of factly, he's like, "Har! Har!" He's reaching out to grab at Kashanon, like reaching out his hand, "Har!" And then just...
Yeah, I go, oh!
The little robots underneath him start to like scramble and try to move. Still, they can't get anywhere. But his body is dead and bleeding on top of this weird mechanical throne he has created. There. Okay, that'll be that. Kashanon, you're up. You have a puppet in front of you. And after that, it'll be back up to Valerian.
All right, nice shot, Halsdyer. Great to see you catch up to the group here.
This is my first death, I think.
We're proud of you, Halsdyer.
Thank you.
Yeah, everyone crosses that bridge. All
When
right.
you shoot somebody in the back of the head with
Some
a
more than others.
Now that I'm a crazed killing machine, this puppet here, I have to do something. I just keep using the sword. Can a sword dismantle a puppet? Like,
You've done it before, so yeah, you know that it can.
I can't remember. It's just
cut it in half, I think.
Yeah.
they're adding up. So I'm gonna take my sword now with the blood of 3 goblins, maybe 2 or 3.
If you're just counting today, yeah.
take it. Yeah, just take it to the puppet.
Great, go for it.
So,
Panda, your concentration face right now is really.
That's not as high as a roll.
I'm really reading into this.
Oh, I'm sorry, I haven't read that.
Oh, that's okay.
I wasn't reading the thing.
I'm getting confused.
Yeah, that does not hit. You could roll a d4, though, and it would, because all you need is 1. So I'll say that with the blessing, you are able to quickly dismantle the puppet. You actually just, like, slice one of its big arms that it has up over it, and then, like, it just flies up and punches the head down, which then rolls off. And it is dead in a comical fashion. At the moment, there is no immediate threat to you all. I realize we're a little bit past our usual playtime.
Before we get out of combat, the goblin that's standing next to me is dead.
Yep.
Great. I want to run out after the dude with the box.
The puppet?
To attempt to keep my rage, move into that next room, and see if there's anything for me to smack.
Awesome. I will tell you that there is something else going on in the next map, but we're going to pause here. So it sounds like Valeran's idea is to charge right into the next thing. So we're going to stop here, and we're going to pick up there next time we play.
Yeah, I mean, we got the momentum.
Yeah. So you're essentially still in combat when we come back there. Guys, you did super well there. Those guys had some nasty spells, and honestly, that entangle completely ruined the Fat Goblin's plan because he couldn't go anywhere. So that was huge. Awesome work. Good job. We're going to go ahead and end the stream. Bye, everybody. Stay home.
Bye,
Thanks
moms.
to our one concurrent viewer. Bye, moms. We love you.
We love you. This is all for you.
This is all for the moms.
Oh, never mind.
Pat, pat.
All right, we are off. Oh, that might have logged me out somewhere in there. We might not have gotten all of that. Well, or they might not have gone out to them. It was recorded at least.